some Smash Brothers. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We do. So the very first thing to think about is the fact that Pikachu has wings. You cannot convince me otherwise. Pikachu has wings. Pikachu has wings. Pikachu has combos. Pikachu has pressure. Pikachu has a lot. And how are you going to overcome that as Rob? Are you going to try to go for the projectile game? Pikachu has one, not necessarily as good as Rob. Are you going to try to outbox Pikachu? There's so many questions that you're really not going to know until pretty much 1 to 2 minutes into the match. But how do you deal with the electric rat that keeps chasing you down?
It's really hard because you don't even have a really quick get off me tool either, especially if you get pushed into shield against Pikachu. At that point, what do? You get grabbed. Like, something is going to happen out of that. Wow, DM dominating the start of this match. It would be a shorter list to talk about what Pikachu doesn't have than what Pikachu has, I think.
I definitely agree with that.
We were talking about sticky hands versus greasy hands before, and I'm going to say that Pikachu, once those hands were caught by 8-Bit, they did not go away. All right, DM was all over him that entire stop.
Yeah. Oh, double spike. We got it, but didn't hit with the correct hitbox on the second one. But ew, you're put on notice. That's one of those things where someone's gonna go down for the spike, and you're like, the first one won't hit and kill me. They're gonna go for a second one. But you still got hit. Goodbye. That's not quite enough though. But right now, DM is just having a field day.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's.
Breathe.
Yeah. Like, it feels like any option DM chooses is correct.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you get when you get these characters that are so quick and, have that ability to kill and combo as well, is that basically every option is correct because it's safe to throw out, in some way or another. So long as you're applying it correctly, obviously you can't just mash on shield and get away with it, but DM knows what to do.
Yeah. And even there, did you notice that recovery? A lot of Pikachus would have went to the ledge, which is exactly where 8BitMan tried to go for the spike. But DM actually went into 8BitMan to avoid getting spiked, do damage, and, alleviate pressure at the same time. Just literally one step ahead of 8-Bit at almost every turn, it looks like.
Also, DM's mash out of these berries are unreal. And absolutely.
Whoa.
Oh my god!
What did he hit him with? Do we have to
Was it down there? I don't know. Somebody clip it for us.
Please?
It had to have been down air. That was the only thing I could have killed down there, but that down air was so nasty we weren't allowed to show that.
There was the one, I was wondering, was it a drag down fair? Because you can drag down with fair and you can drag down with nair. Is there any chance that maybe Rob was below Pikachu in that scenario and got dragged down to the blast zone first?
Nah, because we wouldn't have gotten the flash with it.
Well, think about this, though. There's a lot of wacky stuff that happens because when you're getting spiked, especially for that splash screen, the bottom hitbox raises, right? Like, for some reason, spikes, you're going to die to a spike earlier than if you just fall off screen. So maybe some weird part of that drag down nair, red is a spike. We're probably overthinking it. It's probably a dare, but,
Yeah.
This game's messed up.
I like the story. We're going with that story, okay, today. It's just such an intricate game, and there's so many different properties on multi-hits. Some of them drag you down, some of them drag you up. And with the blast zone being raised at various points in the interaction, drag down, multi-hit is what did it. All right, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Did I tell it correctly?
Absolutely.
Do it? All right, yeah. And I got all this information from Smash Files.
Hello. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Roll back. Cut that last one out. God.
But yeah, that looked just so one-sided. And part of it was just Pikachu having so many tools, but the other part was his DM was playing ridiculously well. From the, hey, I'm going to spot dodge or grab and hit you. I'm going to go for a double spike. Every time you're off stage, I'm hitting you with a forward air, with a back air. Doesn't matter, I'm hitting it. The times on the grabs. We saw several times where DM actually went up to the spot where 8BitMan was going to do a projectile, and DM knew the projectile was coming before 8-Bit did. Because literally went there, stopped for half a second, and then the projectile came out. So just DM, clearly an understanding of this matchup, and just having a firm read on 8-Bit.
Wow, that was bold as
I
heck.
know.
Hello?
What a start to the set. Wow, just both of them run up. All right, let's grab him. Honestly, a good start. Sometimes you need that just a little bit of not motivation, but just a little bit of like, okay, all right, I can make these correct calls too. I can get a bit of damage in cheeky ways. It's good for the mentality.
And I'm glad to see that happened, because what happened last game, we couldn't show that twice, okay? He snuck you in the movie theater the first time, but the second time, all right, come on. Can't get away with this. But 8-Bit looking way better right now. So maybe it was just, hey, I'm going to run up, make that correct read, as you mentioned, Files.
Yeah, I think it kind of shades the whole matchup to this is a kill or be killed kind of thing. Last time, if you hesitated a little bit, you're just going to get mauled alive because DM was fully willing to completely oppress 8BitMan there.
And honestly, DM's really showing that they know the matchup here. That was just a hard read, but that was brutal.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff is so fluid, it's hard to tell that it's still a read.
That almost ended horribly for 8-Bit.
Yeah.
8-Bit still hasn't touched the ground yet, by the way.
I know. That's what I say. Landing proving to be an issue for 8BitMan right now. Finally got that Farah and just swiped at him.
Get up attack, but better reaction by 8-Bit to still get some damage.
Another bold grab, gets the berry. Yeah, if you get the DI. Yeah, I figured that would be just barely enough with the best DI possible, but getting that is no easy task.
Up throw. Hey, all right. That one's going to take it. 8BitMan got stuck on the board.
That gyro's still coming down. Wow, really intelligent right there by DM. Oh.
Good aggressive recovery.
So I love seeing when people actually DI into the stage and tech an up air from their opponent in that scenario and then retaliate with something aggressive. Didn't happen right there, but that's definitely an option to be wary of when you are playing an opponent that is this aggressive. 8-Bit slowly but surely starting to, you know, try to close this deficit a bit. Try to reduce it a little bit.
Doing
35, yeah.
Doing so much better than the last game though too.
Yep.
Like just making sure DM isn't having a chance to play their game. And also staying alive, only eating the hits that won't kill him. And even that, you know, giving you more time to recalculate lets you get the data for big reads like that. Beautiful by 8-Bit.
That was the most WWF drop kick I've seen in my life.
That back air told me, hell yeah, brother. Like
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Fantastic. Yes, you're down 20%, last stock each. However, first lead of the entire set. Definitely, you know, a glimmer of hope. Keep it up, and you can definitely be looking at a game 3 between both of them.
It's what you want when you're both in losers. You might have just made top 8, but you know both of these players want to make it even farther. No one's content with where they are right now.
Burned his jump. Nice.
Is that it?
Recognition by 8-Bit. Still alive, still no jump, but great recovery by DM.
Oh my god. I thought
How much fuel does he
down there
have?
was obviously up. I don't know, Rob never runs out, okay?
Enough. Always.
That is the most fuel efficient flying machine I've seen in my life.
Who's a hybrid?
All right, getting a little too aggressive. These side Bs really wants to get that W.
Good right there by Deagle. And 149%, I don't even think you can get grabbed right now by 8-Bit.
Yeah. Not with the rages on 8BitMan already. Oh, trying to get that jab lock.
Recognizing so quickly that the jab lock wasn't there and immediately grabbing.
Nice jump.
Fair, you're off stage, not where you want to be.
Are you gonna risk it? Are you gonna risk?
We out.
There?
Just get to the other side.
Never runs out of fuel, ever.
Oh,
This
that
might be
Oh,
it.
doing it again!
Yes, it was. And tight battle at the end. But at the end, you know, DM really did, you know, close out, pulled it together. Super impressed by the fact that 8BitMan made it so close. Once you because that wasn't a normal 3-stock game. That was match fixing. That was you didn't do your homework and you lied about it, and mom
teacher called.
and the teacher called. But then game number 2, 8-Bit Rose said, "Hey, look, you're good, but that was a one-off. That was a fluke. I'm also just as good as you," and definitely put up a fight, had a lead down to the wire.